Before we dive into today's must-watch update, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of our deep dives into all things Chicago Bulls. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of what's unfolding this season. The Chicago Bulls are once again caught in the swirling storm of NBA trade rumors, and it's looking like this season might just be one of the most tumultuous yet. Recently, Nikola Vucevic, one of the team's star players, opened up in an eye-opening interview about the challenges the Bulls are facing, not just on the court, but off it as well. Vucevic pointed to injuries, most notably the prolonged absence of Lonzo Ball, as a key reason behind the team's struggles. But he didn't stop there. He also mentioned something that's often overlooked, the relentless trade rumors that have been casting a shadow over the locker room. It's easy to see why Vucevic might be frustrated. Imagine trying to focus on winning games while constantly hearing your name thrown around in trade talks. And here's the real twist. These rumors aren't just a minor distraction. They're a full-blown media frenzy. And if Vucevic thought last season was bad, he might need to brace himself, because the rumor mill is only going to heat up from here. In fact, the Bulls are expected to be one of the most talked about teams in trade rumors this season, perhaps more than any other squad in the league. So why are the Bulls at the center of all this speculation? Well, it's all about their position in the league. They're stuck in a sort of no man's land between rebuilding and competing. It's a tough spot to be in because while they have talent, it's not clear if they have enough to truly contend. The league is buzzing with the expectation that the Bulls will explore trade options for some of their big names, including Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic. These players are expected to be at the forefront of trade rumors, and don't be surprised if you see their names pop up in every major headline throughout the season. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Currently, there doesn't seem to be a hot market for LaVine or Vucevic, but in the NBA, things can change in an instant. A few key injuries or disappointing starts from other teams could suddenly make these players highly desirable assets. This puts the Bulls in a waiting game. Should they hold out for the best offer or make a move before the market dries up? Patience will be key, but it's a high-stakes game. As long as these two remain on the roster, they'll continue to be the focal point of trade speculation. But let's not stop at LaVine and Vucevic. There are other names in the mix as well. Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu are two young players who could find themselves in the middle of trade talks sooner rather than later. Both have shown flashes of brilliance and have outperformed their current contracts, which makes them prime candidates for teams looking to add young, dynamic talent. But here's the kicker. The Bulls need to consider their timeline. Realistically, Chicago might not be in a position to make a deep playoff run in the next couple of years, and by then, White and Dosunmu's contracts will be expiring. Extending them could prove difficult, especially if they've outgrown what the Bulls can reasonably offer. This makes trading them while their value is high a very tempting option. And if the past is any indication, the Bulls have learned the hard way about waiting too long to make a move. Remember how they handled DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso? By the time they decided to make trades, the market had cooled, and they were left with limited returns. Sure, landing a player like Josh Giddey is nice, but you have to wonder, did they miss the window to maximize value? This history could very well influence how the Bulls handle their current roster. They can't afford to repeat the same mistakes, especially with young assets like White and Dosunmu. But it's not just about the big names. The upcoming season will likely see the Bulls involved in countless trade rumors, with a rotating cast of players being linked to potential moves. And let's face it, for a young team like the Bulls, this can be a tough environment. Constantly hearing your name in trade discussions can weigh heavily on a player's mind. It's a mental game as much as it is physical, and how the Bulls handle this pressure could very well define their season. In the NBA, trade rumors are the fuel that keeps the league's media machine running, and the Chicago Bulls are right in the thick of it. From the front office to the locker room, the impact of these speculations is undeniable. Whether it's about building for the future or making a playoff push, the decisions made in the next few months could shape the franchise for years to come. The Bulls Strategy will be closely watched, not just by their fans, but by the entire league. So, buckle up, Bulls fans. This season promises to be a roller coaster of emotions, with trade talks and speculation driving the narrative every step of the way. Will the Bulls finally make the bold moves needed to reshape their future, or will they hold steady and see how things unfold? One thing's for sure. You won't want to miss a single update. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you stay in the loop with all the latest Bulls news. This is going to be a season like no other, and we'll be here to break it all down for you. Let's see what the future holds for our Chicago Bulls.